Assalamu alaikum everyone, my name is Zefa,
And my name is Fatma.
and in this video we're going to continue. Our main topic was Qur'an Majid. In this video we're going to talk about one of its surat, that is Surat Al-An'am, and let's talk about what the surat provides us and all of that. Well, first of all, let's talk about the surat. The Surat Al-An'am is the 6th chapter of the Quran. It consists of 165 verses and it was revealed in Makkah. The Surat addresses the concept of monotheism, that is Tawheed, which basically means the belief in the oneness of Allah, that there is only one God, there is no one besides Him, no one with Him. He is the one and only. The surat refutes the belief of idol worships prevalent at that time. Mostly at that time, people were not following the concept of Tawheed. They were worshipping some structures made up of concrete, which they called Buddh. They were always worshipping them, and they would ignore, or they would cancel out the concept of Tawheed. They would bring their own concepts and worship them instead of worshipping the one and only Allah there is. Can you please explain some more about the surah?
So the Anam is basically one of the most important and significant surah of Qur'an Majid, as we all know. And it's basically important in a way, like it gives us the warning for the Day of Judgment. As we all know, as Muslims and as human beings, we all know there's a life after death. There's a life hereafter. The departure of our souls, we're gonna have to live the life which will not be gonna end in any era. So for that life, we got some warnings, we got some restrictions to have that one a peaceful life. We are the ones who decide either to live a peaceful and a very respectable life, or something else to have. We're gonna have a reward in our next wave. Second of all, we all knew it that as a Muslims or as a human beings, we know this very well. We are the ones who decide either to go in a good way or in a bad way. We as a creature, as the most authentic creature of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, we know this very well, that this much ability has been given to every single person to know or to judge whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. In the same way the warnings are given for the Day of Judgment. And the second point I'm going to discuss is about Surah Anam emphasizes the prohibition of consuming forbidden foods. For example, there are some kinds of foods, there are some kinds of meats which are being restricted or forbidden for the Muslims to not to have it. For example, the meat of dog and the meat of especially pig, because these are not the halal animals. These are not the animals whom meat or flesh can be easily eaten, or either it can be eaten or not, but this is not halal in Islam. So we are the ones who are strictly restricted to not to eat such types of food, or not to have such types of intakes which are being harmful for our health, or which are being harmful for us in our next life. So we have to take very much care about these types of things, because these are the very minor perspectives of different types of references from different types of references or different types of Sahaba Karams. But the authentic thing which we can introduce through the Quran Majid or through different surahs which have been revealed in it is that we are not allowed to take such types of foods. The third point we're going to discuss is about it warns against superstitions, false beliefs. For example, at that point, the Muslims were not having such belief in the oneness of Allah. They never have such belief that there is one God who have created such type of the worldly lives, or all the things, for example, the mountains or the all the greeneries and all of that. They really knew that they always think that there should be a person or any soulful thing which we can see, because their perspective was that a person, or for example, if we take the example of the Hindus which preach to the Buddhas, they knew this very well, that they can't even feed themselves, they can't even tell them, they can't even speak, they can't even hear it, but they knew that they can do anything just because they preach them. This is not the way.
So the
So
surah also tells a little bit about the stories of some prophets. It narrates stories of several prophets like Prophet Noah, Prophet Ibrahim, Prophet Moses, and Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, peace be upon him. It illustrates the consequences of rejecting divine guidance. As you all know, the prophets, all of the prophets are role model for the Muslims. The Muslims try to live their lives according to the guidance, according to the life they live, the prophets live. So they also taught us if what happens if we follow the guidance and what happens if we don't follow the guidance. That is also explained in this surah. And well, let's just keep it till now. That was a short explanation of the surah of which is one of the surahs of the Quran. And we'll catch you up in the next video. Until then,
it's a goodbye.